Hey guys, tonight for our Tuesday night troop meeting, we're going to sketch it. We're going to talk about drawing with different materials or mediums, Scratchboard artwork, shading, and one-point perspective drawing. This meeting will complete sets 1 through 3 of your junior drawing badge. All right, let's get started. You will need the following materials: white paper, a black pen, black pencil, colored pencil, black paint, a paintbrush, a ruler, a regular number 2 pencil, that'd be just fine, different colored pencils, a still life, it can be anything, doesn't have to be this, but something like flowers or anything man-made or a natural object like vegetables or grass, flowers, a book, just really anything you would like to pick. Also a toothpick, or if you don't have toothpicks, a plastic knife would work as well. All right guys, let's get started. Okay, now that we have all of our supplies, let's start by talking about a still life and what a medium is. A still life is any man-made or natural object that you choose, like flowers, plants, a book. For this, I chose a canoe. A medium refers to the different materials or supplies that an artist is going to utilize in order to create that work of art. So like paint, colored pencils, canvas, or even chalk. For this first step, we're going to use the still life, and I've chosen this canoe. Next, we're going to choose a medium. This is what we're going to use to create our artwork. I'm choosing white paper to draw on, and I want to do 3 different types of black and white artwork. So I chose a black pen, a regular pencil, and a colored pencil. All right guys, let's get creative. A cool thing about mediums is they aren't just pens and pencils. A Scratchboard, you've probably seen them before. Like this is what we're gonna create for ourselves today. What you do is you scratch your artwork on the Scratchboard. You'll need crayons, black paint, a paintbrush, white paper, and a toothpick. Let's get started. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this white sheet of paper. I'm gonna take these crayons that I have left over, kind of broken, they don't have to be perfect or brand new. And I'm gonna color this entire sheet with crayon. All different colors. Once I'm done coloring that, then I'm going to take my black paint and then I'm going to paintbrush and cover that entire piece of paper. Then I'm going to let it dry, and once it's dry, I'm going to come back and show you how that scratch art works. Okay, now on to learning about shading. For this step, we're going to pick one color. You can pick a landscape or a different type of animal if you'd like, using different shades of the same color. Now I've chosen blue. I'm gonna draw a picture of a peacock. I'm gonna make different shades of blue to make the feathers and the body. I have blue colored pencils, I have blue markers, crayons, and even a blue pen. So I have all kinds of different shades right here. Okay, so I'm gonna get to work on creating my peacock. You could also pick a lake or the sky or anything that you like to do. Just remember you pick one color and different shades of that color. All right, let's get to work. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is 1-point perspective, a vanishing line, and the horizon line. We're going to draw this really cute piece of artwork, and I'm going to show you how to do that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a dot in the center of my page. Now, it doesn't have to be, the same each direction. It could be the center of my page at the top of my page, center of my page in the middle, center of the page at the bottom, however you want to do it. I'm going to do it kind of right here. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw a line. So first, this little dot is where my vanishing point is going to be. That's where it's going to kind of teeter off and start vanishing my photo that I'm drawing, or a picture that I'm drawing. So now I'm going to lightly draw my horizon line. And what you can do now is kind of divide out your picture. What I'm going to do is draw kind of outward this way from corner to corner. And if you want to, you could do it this way as well and do corner to corner. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to draw my vanishing point along the bottom part. So this is going to be my sky, and next to my road, I'm gonna have a road in the middle, and I'm gonna have trees coming up on each end. So as you start to draw your vanishing point in your 1 point perspective, remember this is where it's going to be headed, is to this line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, these are kind of your guidelines. So this side is your guideline, and I'm going to start drawing my tree. And as you draw further out, I'm just going to sketch a big fluffy tree. That tree's a pretty little tree. That's what Ross would say. And I'm getting a little branch that's hanging off over here. And then maybe I'll do another tree over here about the same size. And I'm gonna use this line as my guiding point. So I'm not gonna go into the road with my tree. I'm gonna kind of stay along that line. I'm gonna draw a tall tree. This one's gonna be a big fluffy tree as well. A big fluffy tree. I'm gonna put a big hole in it, like an animal stays in there or something. And as I get further away from the first tree, this is the biggest tree I'm gonna draw. I may draw another little tree right here. Because when you're standing here looking out, trees are gonna start getting smaller and smaller. That's the beauty of what we call the vanishing point, where you're looking out. And this is the end of where you're able to see, and things start becoming smaller and smaller. And I'm gonna put on this side, I think I'm gonna put a fence. So it might be a really big fence this way. I'm gonna make it come up to the tree. Go past the tree. And the tree's gonna be on the outside of the fence. So as I go, my fence is gonna gradually get smaller and smaller. Kind of like a white picket fence. The lines are gonna get smaller as I go because it's getting further and further away from me. Okay, so that's gonna be the little fence. I'm gonna do a little hay bale over here, because I'm in Mississippi, so hay bales are in Mississippi. And then they're probably where you are too, though. Usually in the South, you see a lot of hay bales. So I'm gonna draw a couple of hay bales in the distance. Okay. And then I'm gonna draw another little tree. This one's probably as big as the first one, but you can't tell because it's so far away. And let's just go along the road like those. And then as I start here, you have lines on the road. You know, lines on the road. And I'm just using, pencil right now. You can color this artwork as well. So here's the big lines on the road. Those big yellow lines on the road. And as I get closer to the vanishing point, they should start getting smaller. We're not going to draw them the same size as we did that first one, even though we know it's probably the same size. So you're just start out really big, and then you gradually get smaller and smaller as you get away. So I'm going to draw here, I'm going to draw some clouds off in the background. Now you can definitely do, mine are just kind of sketched out clouds. They're really fluffy. There's some cumulus clouds. And I'm actually going to draw a sunset, kind of like you've probably seen on Western movies. It's like a big sunset. If I colored this, I would kind of lighten up the feel of it. And you could even draw some little trees in the background. Way back there, they're going to be really small because they're really far away. And I'm going to draw some little birds off in the distance. Some little birds. I've actually used the letter M. I don't know if you've ever drawn birds before. Like a little M. So this is my 1 point perspective And this is like I was standing here. My perspective is looking down the road. And remember, we talked about your vanishing point, and then we talked about the horizon line. And you can lighten up that vanishing point so that you don't see it as obviously as mine. But yeah, that's 1 point perspective drawing with the vanishing point. All right, ladies, I had a great time with you guys tonight, and we made some amazing artwork. Do you remember when we took the different mediums and we made drawings of our still life? This is mine, and mine was at the canoe. It's really cool. And then we took one color. You picked one color. It could be red, blue, green, yellow, whichever. And you picked something that you loved, another still life, if you will, or you kind of came up with your own thing that you can, imagine from your own memory. Mine was a peacock, and I used the color blue. And you see all the different shadings I did with my piece of artwork? That was really neat. And it's one color. That was kind of cool. And then we made a scratchboard from scratch. Remember that? We just painted over a colored piece of paper with black paint, and then we sketched either a design or in my case, happy birthday sign for someone, and made our own scratchboard. That's so cool. That's so cool. And then finally, we talked about the vanishing point, 1 point perspective, and the horizon line, and we created a 1 point perspective design. And this was mine from the road. We hope you guys had a great time and made your own portfolio of drawing, all the different techniques we learned. This marked off 1 through 3 of the drawing badge for juniors. We hope that you will continue this and earn your drawing badge, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.